Boom, 3 times God gave me a warning and I didn't pay attention to it. The first was yesterday there was the terrible attack at Ohio State University with a knife from some perpetrator. And earlier that morning I was out with my dog and I was over by the corner of our house where our gas line comes into our house. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, And I just started wondering what happens if there's a gas leak or something like that. How do people respond? How does the gas company respond? Do you call 911? All that stuff. It's important to know. And I was just pondering on it. Well, little I know, that was something that God put on my heart. I found out later that night that the officer was responding to a gas leak at Ohio State University, and he happened to be there and able to kill and stop that terrorist from doing the terrible things he was doing with the knife. So when God puts something on our heart, we should act on it. Even though it doesn't make sense, we should be praying, Lord, there's something about this. The other one was the other night, my wife was playing some worship music, and it reminded me of a singer from our worship team at our church we used to attend. Her name was Tiffany. And I said, that reminds me of Tiffany. And that was the night before. The next day, we're at a restaurant with our family outside dining 5-6 miles away from our home, and all of a sudden, who shows up is Tiffany. And Tiffany says, last night I had this terrible thing going on with my family. It was terrible, and I need your prayers. Well, God wanted me to pray for Tiffany the night before when all this stuff was going on, and I just kind of blew it off. And Tiffany had a real need. Now, first of all, this is kind of amazing that Tiffany, who didn't know we were going out to dinner that day at this restaurant, she had no idea. We were not anywhere near where she lived, and she just shows up. Boom. But, that's just God confirming that I should have been praying for Tiffany. All right? Just a heads up on that one. And the third one was, this happened a while ago, when the Boston Marathon bombing took place. I think the day before, I heard this expression, and this is going to sound weird, park your car, park your car. Well, that's a famous expression with a Boston accent. It sounds really silly. And that came to my mind the day before, and I'm like, I just blew it off. Now, it's kind of a obscure thought, but the next day was when they had the Boston Marathon bombing. Well, I normally don't get park your car, or things like that sent to me unless there's a reason. So what I'm saying is when God sends us things like this, these little warnings, it's us to take time to pray. It's 3 times I didn't pray. 3 times bad things happen. Could my prayers have prevented it? I don't know. But I was not obedient. That's all I'm saying. So I encourage you, if God puts something on your heart, even if it sounds silly, or put someone on our heart or something on our heart, take the time and pray for it. The worst thing that can happen is nothing, and that's a good thing. Anyway, take care, and feel free to leave comments below on any of these times where God has put things on your heart to show that God is so real. Until the next video, God bless.